Yeah, I did change, and I'm really glad I changed.
This one's wife. It's a grift. More fabrication. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. A couple of months ago, this one's wife opened for business with As Ever, purportedly selling out within the hour. Nothing was then restocked for 2 months. This one's wife declared that she was stepping back from the business in order to assess how it had been doing. In other words, she couldn't be bothered, and nobody had come along to make an offer for this Potemkin business. All of a sudden, there was a volte-face, and this one's wife then declared that there would be a further drop. And so there was, last Friday, as a consequence of some products being restocked and some new ones appearing also. This one's wife naturally crowed about it in a video that was released to her Instagram account, which I have analysed separately. And now she's continuing with the crowing in order to try and assert control over the audience and provoke a response. For back to Instagram she goes, and she shares this with you all. This one's wife posted the following slides to a reel on As Ever. And as I'm talking to you, I want to see if you notice the very thing that I picked up on straight away as I watched the reel. The first part shows a picture put up there by this one's wife. Love seeing your packages arriving. Can't wait to make these with my little golden heart. And we see the shortbread cookie mix, the gerbil mixture, portrayed in front of a vase of flowers. Next, there is the packaging, the parcel that it all arrived in. Somebody's written, "Does a happy male dance?" We see yet again the ridiculous cursive, "Open with case," oh no, "Open with care." And for some strange reason, the parcel, rather than be placed upon perhaps a kitchen bench top or a table, has been balanced on some books. Lord knows why, but it has. This one's wife then shares the next picture, which looks particularly unappetizing. I think the idea is to show off the honey, which can be seen in the picture, which I guess has been dribbled onto the scrambled egg and the smeared avocado on some toast. Really looks most unpleasant. And it's detailed mommy and baby. Baby looks like they're getting some egg, avocado, and I'm not sure what the other item is, and I don't particularly care. Avo toast and my at As Ever official wildflower honey. So good. Honey on egg and avocado. Doesn't sound particularly appetizing, but there we are. That's what's being displayed. And then what comes up next is sparks joy. Ah, that word. Who is it who uses that word repeatedly and often? Ah, yes, this one's wife. Are we seeing some mirroring taking place? And we see that this is a shot of the shortbread cookie mix with once again the As Ever calling card. And then finally, we see the shortbread cookie mix again, some of the gerbil food, some of the teas, which, as pointed out in a separate video, that she has simply engaged in Meghan Markle, as she's purchased them from the Republic of Tea, slapped her own crappy packaging on them and around them, and then flogged them at an increased price. And we see a hand holding the As Ever calling card. The hand isn't that of this one's wife, for it is not wrinkled and with the freckles upon it. In each one, you'll see that there's reference to at Meghan, at As Ever official. Do you notice something? Have you spotted the thing that is missing? And it stood out to me straight away. In all of these pictures that this one's wife has shared, we don't see the detail, the handle, of whose account it is. Remember when she shares the pictures that come from celebrities, she always provides detail as to who it is. But here, it's omitted. It also appears to me that other than the final picture with a hand, the lighting seems to be rather similar. And one suspects that these aren't pictures that this one's wife has received, but rather that either she or an as ever minion or an Archwell minion has been tasked with creating. And then she has placed them on as ever to make it look like people have received things and to make it look like people are delighted to have received them. What about the hand? Well, that's quite simply the hand of a minion rather than necessarily a customer. It strikes me that the absence of the handle and also the similarity of lighting suggests that these are in essence promotional clips that have been, or promotional shots that have been taken by this one's wife. Bear in mind also that it wouldn't be a surprise for this one's wife to engage in such chicanery. After all, we know that she fabricates things, tells lies, revises history, creates pictures and videos that have their provenance highly questionable. And therefore, once again, in her drive to pursue the prime aims, her narcissism would cause her to take these pictures and then place them on Instagram to make it seem like they've come from actual customers rather than having been created by her. Not only does this demonstrate that there has been a lack of response, and I still query whether anybody's actually able to buy anything, but it also is demonstrative of the way that this one's wife is so absolutely desperate for the acknowledgement and recognition of her products that she needs to talk them up. Now, we've explained before that there's doubtless going to be some witless members of the Sussex squad that would purchase this nonsense, although even they might start to balk at the price that they're being asked to pay for mediocre products that you can buy far cheaper elsewhere. Nevertheless, the fact is that this one's wife needs the world to know that she's a successful businesswoman and that she's popular. And therefore, this necessitates her engaging in this fabrication. The creation of these shots, then placing them on social media as if she has created them, or rather as if somebody else has created them, even though there is no evidence to demonstrate that they've been created by anybody else, because in each and every single picture, the handle's missing. Furthermore, you'll notice that the wording is that this one's wife is likely to use particularly the utilisation of Spark's joy. And therefore, to my mind, what you're looking at isn't a representation from actual customers who have bought things and then have taken excitedly to social media to share news of their purchases, but another fabrication by this one's wife, generating these things to make it look like their purchases in order to pursue the prime aims on social media once again, by making it seem like she's popular and that her business is thriving. Do you agree with me? Do you think that this is likely, given the evidence that I've presented to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.